So today we're going to talk about one of the best kept secrets that won't be a secret much longer.
Yeah.
Right here in the Bryan College Station area. Great food, great events, great golf and tennis.
Yeah.
So let's go.
If this is your first time to our channel, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. My name is Tara, this is Jeff, and along with David, we make up the Schellenberger team. We're here to help you with all of your real estate needs. So be sure and reach out. Our contact information is in the description box below. Remember, we've helped people just like you find the right place at the right time, right here. So today, we are so happy to be visiting with Lauren Peck. She is the sales manager and event coordinator here at the Phillips Event Center. So this is kind of like the best kept secret in the Bryan College Station area. It used to be the only country club in town a long time ago, and now it is actually open and available to the public. So for people who are not joining a private country club, but would like to have access to golf and tennis and events, they can come here. And so Lauren's going to be showing us around.
Yes, absolutely. I'm excited to show you around. So we are now in our front entrance, and we do have 4 different entrances into our different rooms. We have 2 large ballrooms called Sunset and Sunrise. Sunrise can be divided into side A and side B to provide some smaller spaces for groups that are under 100 people. And then we also have Oak View right here down the middle. It's kind of a multi-purpose room. We've used it for wedding ceremonies, rehearsal dinners, corporate dinners, networking events, and it's a really universal space with the patio included with it.
Great, let's go take a tour and see what it looks like.
Absolutely, we will start over here in Sunrise. And if you were to have just Sunrise B, the smaller side of it, this is where you would enter. Okay, so in Sunrise Ballroom, we are set up for about 250 people right now at banquet tables. We can also set this room up classroom style or theater style, since we do have 2 screens built into the wall over here. Provides a really nice space for presentations.
And these tables typically seat 8 people or 10? Could you get 10 or is it?
We can do 10.
8?
We usually do anywhere between 6 to 8 chairs, up to 10 if we need to fill the space. If we have 10 chairs at every table in this room, we can seat up to about 280 people.
Okay. These tables are so pretty. Do you know anything about these tables? I mean, just typically when you go to events, the tables themselves are not so lovely, but these are very beautiful.
Yes, so these are something new we brought in after renovation. They are our linenless tables. So I know they're made of aluminum, American made.
They're lovely.
We are excited to have them.
Yes, and the chandeliers. This is such an elegant space. And looking out over the golf course this direction.
Yes, we can walk this direction. You'll notice we're passing this air wall. It is what divides this space into side A and side B.
Okay.
Side A is a little bit larger than Sunrise B. So as we are walking into Sunrise A, you'll notice we have awesome golf course views. This room does have 2 screens, which is really nice. We've had a lot of A&M groups in here, networking events. You can even set up a small wedding in here, which is really nice for a little intimate feel, but still get that gorgeous golf course view. It does have a built-in bar that's really nice. It doesn't take up any space in the room, but if you don't want it, you just shut those doors and it kind of disappears with a nice cover there.
This view of the golf course is so lovely.
Yes, I think this room has one of the best
Does it get used a lot?
This is Sunrise A particularly is our most used room. We can sit up to 120 at round tables. You can do probably about 60 to 80 in classroom style. So it kind of hits that sweet spot of, it covers a lot of groups that size and very popular.
And this view, I mean, this is just so much better than being in a room with just walls.
Yes.
You're not being able to see outside. This is so lovely.
Especially for groups that do meetings and retreats in their day. You don't feel so closed in.
No, and then get up and take a walk outside, get some fresh air. That's fantastic.
We do have the balcony that fully surrounds each space.
Great.
So it does make it easy to come and go.
Yeah.
So we are now in Oak View. We've kind of flowed over here from Sunrise A. This room is really great since it has all of these chandeliers, this curved
the
ceiling,
dome.
the dome ceiling.
It's beautiful.
This is by far our most popular room to host wedding ceremonies in. So people have done it both ways, where they exit behind them to go out to a cocktail hour on the balcony, or they use this beautiful backdrop for their wedding. It's really nice that it's so versatile. You can set it up either direction. When we're having really big events and we need to set up a buffet in a separate place, we can set it up down the middle here like we have set up, and then guests can grab their plate, come through, and then it creates a really nice flow.
It does. I was here for an event once,
yes.
and you're right. It created a very nice flow to be able to do that.
We had a really large A&M group here as a May's business conference, and we were able to set up 2 or 3 buffets, and it was just nice. People got through that line super quick. So
that's great.
Definitely all about efficiency in places that we can be.
And then let's step outside. This
Yes.
is a lovely space. Do you know how many square feet this is?
I don't, so that's something I would have to look into for you.
Okay.
This is so this room does come with this balcony.
So if you're renting or that room,
yes.
the balcony's included?
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is an extension of Oakview. We can do a lot with this patio. You can use it as your eating space. You can set your buffets up out here if you're wanting to eat it inside. We've had people get married out here, and it's just gorgeous. We usually set up a little pop-up bar over there if you're wanting to do like a networking hour, cocktail hour. It just allows for a really nice flow and still get the amazing views. So we are still out on this balcony off of the Oakview room, and you can see this is the Bryan City Golf Course behind us. So it does offer that really nice view. It is public, so you don't have to have a membership to come play here. But if you do find yourself playing often, it is helpful to have a membership.
It's an option. They can do that. You can pay to play or join, depending on how much you use it.
We have a lot of members, and they like to all play at the same time every day, and they have their big groups. So you can definitely get involved more if you want to, but it's certainly not required to have a membership.
Sure. Okay.
So down here we do have a full pro shop, sell everything from clubs to shoes. Our pro does offer lessons if that's something that you're interested in.
Yeah.
Our driving range is open to the public. We have a practice tee area over here. So for being public, it really does have a lot of nice amenities that you would find at a private course. So we are in Sunset now. This is our largest room. It's pretty much a mirror image of the full Sunrise room. It just doesn't have that air wall, so it does allow for a little bit more space. It is called Sunset because the sun does indeed set that direction, allows for a beautiful view of it in the evening. We are currently set up right now for a wedding reception, which is really special, lots of fun. We're
on the dance floor?
Yes, we are on the dance floor. So we will typically set up a DJ along that wall. We have our head table over here, great dance floor, and we are excited to host.
And it's not too big.
It's not.
For this number of people, this is because you want it to be tighter where you can not
and
feel
you don't
like
want it to look empty.
on you. Right, and you don't want it to look empty.
Yes.
Yes.
So really, really special when we get to host these events.
Yeah.
We love being a part of it. So this wedding right now is set up for about 180 people.
Okay.
There still is quite a bit of empty space in the room. So when we are fully set in here at round tables with 10 chairs at each, we can put actually up to 300 in here.
So then there's no dance floor. So do they also use another space for a dance floor and food? And
so those groups that are going to be no dance floor are more like if we were going to have like an association having their awards.
But what if it was a wedding for 300?
A wedding, yeah. we would not be able to accommodate
You wouldn't,
that.
So they could not get this room and the other room?
They could.
Okay.
I think most people kind of like to have everything
In one
together,
place.
but it's certainly an option.
Yeah.
We will accommodate. Yes, absolutely. We can also set this room up classroom style, theater style. I know theater style, we can get up to about 500 chairs in here.
Oh, wow.
That's just rows and rows of chairs. We have 2 big screens in this room, which allows really nice space for presentations. We have a podium, you can set up a microphone there. It's a great room to host a speaker in.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are in the Ivory Lounge now. It is really a multi-purpose space. Most often we use it as our bridal suite for our brides and other special events like nice birthday parties and quinceañeras and that kind of thing as a get ready area. And so any of our brides have access to this room from when they first get here in the morning through the end of the evening. It does have a fun little built-in bar over here, so we can set up mimosas and snacks and all of that stuff.
And I like how the mirrors, you can adjust the lighting for the mirrors.
It is like a dream get ready space.
It is.
So when we aren't using this for brides, we remove the vanity chairs here and we treat that as our buffet.
Okay.
And so we can remove some of this bigger furniture and set up a few round tables or even a long community table. So we've done meetings. It's a really sweet space for like a baby shower or a bridal shower, and it really comes out beautiful in here with kind of the soft lighting, feminine touch. So it's really a great space that we added on after renovation.
Oh, okay.
So we are now on the restaurant downstairs level of the building. This is a public restaurant open to everyone with amazing golf course views. We're adjacent to the pro shop, so if you're playing around a golf, it's a really nice place to kind of stop in and eat. But you certainly don't have to be a golfer or a member or anything like that to come enjoy it. We did just bring in Peter as our chef, and we're super excited about that. We're gonna have a great menu coming out soon, and we would love for everyone to come try it out.
Great. And so you have heaters and fans out here, and then also the screens to block the sun.
Yes.
So you've thought of all of it that we're gonna have to deal with in our Texas weather.
Too pretty of a space to not make perfect.
Right, to be able to really utilize it. That's
absolutely
fantastic. It's so beautiful.
So we are now walking, I think that door's unlocked.
There we go, yeah.
We came from the parking lot over that way, so really nice, easy way to get in. Just have to walk around the building a little bit. So when you walk in, we have this inviting little relaxing area.
Little waiting area.
Our host will greet you here, and then you'll be seated.
And they have the bar.
Yes.
In the back, okay. How many people does the restaurant seat?
I think about 80.
Okay.
Inside. I don't know how many chairs we have outside.
Yeah.
But yes.
Right.
We definitely have space for bigger groups.
Very cool. So we are standing in the restaurant again, but this is not Lauren. This is Peter Madden, my husband, and he's a chef, and he recently took a job here as their executive chef at the restaurant here at the Phillips Event Center. So Peter, tell us a little bit about your background.
First, I don't want to be shortchanged. I'm the executive chef of the whole place.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Including the banquets.
Okay.
And catering.
Okay. So they do catering. A lot of catering.
We're starting to cater, and we have the banquet facility.
Right, we took a
which
tour
I
of that.
assume y'all just took a tour of. Did y'all go into the bridal suite?
Yes,
yeah,
we
that's
did.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really pretty.
I do my makeup in there in the mornings.
Great.
So,
yeah. I like the long, skinny mirror. I'm not sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very slimming.
Yes, it is.
So what was the question?
Just real quick about your background, because people are excited in our community that he is back chefing in a fine dining way.
Semi fine dining.
Not fast casual. Not fast casual.
Gourmet. Yes.
Right. Yes. Okay.
Well, as you know, originally we opened Maddens in 2004.
Yes.
And that was a great success eventually.
Yes.
And then family came along, and we decided we needed to make some changes. And that's when Mad Taco was contrived and conceived. And then COVID created a lot of disarray and turmoil, and led us to kind of restart our careers and in different, even almost different industries. For me, consulting in restaurants, and you starting real estate. So that was hard.
It was hard.
It was hard. Trying to convince people to pay me to help them. A lot of them need help, but a lot of them don't have the funding to support that kind of expense. Yeah. So it was difficult. And then actually the Phillips Event Center was a client of mine last summer, and I worked with them about 3 or 4 weeks, and they were trying to discover who they were going to be, since they had to close down during the big freeze in 2021 and do a lot of remodeling. And so they were trying to identify who they were going to be when they reopened. And I was kind of helping them work through that and kind of establish a relationship. And so after that terminated, a couple of months went by, and back in November of last year, I reached out to Micah, my point of contact here, and just to touch base and like, hey, how's it going? You guys ought to be open by now. I'm hoping for the best, And he wrote back, we're not open yet, and we're looking for a chef. I'm like, oh, what happened to so-and-so? And he's like, well, it didn't work out. And I'm like, okay, I'll keep my eyes and ears open. So I went home and thought about it, and then I spoke with my wonderful, lovely wife about it, and and I said, you know, what if I offered to be interim chef there to help them get open, move them along, and of course you were all for it, and so I called back. I was like, would y'all be interested? And they said yes, we'd be interested, and so we talked, and I don't know, a couple of weeks go by, and I ended up here to help them get open, and that process was a lot of reorganization, a lot of creating recipes. They handed me a menu and said, can you get us open with this menu? I'm like, absolutely. And so they handed me a menu. They didn't have a lot of recipes. All they had was some loose ideas of what used to be here in terms of the food. And a couple of people that still worked here that kind of knew some of those recipes. And so I was just taking dictation what they kind of remember the flavor profiles. And we created all the recipes to start with this menu. And we opened on January 3rd with the current menu. And I was just consulting at that time, just helping them get open and get reorganized. And after we got open, they started having conversations with me about staying permanently. And over the course of several weeks, we negotiated for me to stay. And one of the options was, in order to kind of give the place a new identity and also to have a reason for people to come here, we needed something other than Phillips Event Center. And yeah, we're open, and Phillips Event Center, come eat at the Phillips Event Center. And we were struggling with things like, who are we? Well, we're Phillips Event Center. We have banquets. We've got a restaurant that's called 1929 Eats and Drinks. And it was always a mouthful to explain who we were. And so one of the things I told them, like, if I come on board, what do y'all think about this? It wasn't a demand of mine. It was like, what do you think about this? Bringing Maddens back to life, bringing some of the Mad Taco food in here, and kind of creating the fervor, a little bit of what I've seen on social media so far. And so that's what we're doing. And so we're in the process of working on the menu, as well as getting signage made, trying to create funnels for easier access and parking so that when people come, they can get right in here.
Yes. And so it will be Maddens.
It will be Maddens.
With some Mad Taco food. Because people ask about that also. I got a phone call one day, and we were deep in conversation talking about the queso before. I was like, who am I talking to? So the menu that they hired me to start here had salsa and queso and guacamole on it. And so I've already changed those recipes to be mine. So the queso, the guac, and the salsa that we're serving here are the Mad Taco offerings. And so a couple of other things that we're doing that were easy changes for me to make that are reflective of me. And you're making your own chips.
We are making our own chips. We're making our own bread. I made ice cream.
Ooh, what kind?
Yesterday. Well, I made the vanilla base, which will then become toasted marshmallow.
Somebody was. Yes. People will freak out over that. Okay.
Yes.
That's
toasted.
Very exciting.
All of the old favorites are going to be here. Like the current menu I'm working on is either a replica of what we had at Maddens and or Mad Taco, or it's something similar, a spin-off of something, or was a special at one point at Maddens. Luckily, the digital age allowed me to keep a lot of those recipes and thoughts and ideas. And so it's been difficult because, we have a lot of banquets. We've had some catering. And so trying to juggle all that and get people trained and stuff like that, it's quite the undertaking.
He's very busy.
I'm rusty, but it's flaking off. I'm getting back into the swing of it. No one here knows I'm rusty. Don't say anything.
Okay, Peter, so what's the easiest way to find Maddens?
So we're inside the Phillips Event Center. I guess it's 2 levels. The upstairs is banquets, and then downstairs is the restaurant. We're off of Briarcrest, right across from Bryan High, like right across from the football stadium at Bryan High. You turn in on Country Club Drive. And the easiest way I can explain it is, once you get through the gate to enter the Phillips Event Center, stay to the right. And that's the kind of the way I've been explaining it to people, and park in front of the tennis courts, and then you can walk around. Now, the best part about, it's not the best part, one of the things we're doing is they are getting Maddens signage made. And so there will be a sign that says Maddens at the front gate. And then there'll be a series of signs leading you where to go to park, and where to walk to get to the front door, because we are around the backside facing the golf course to get to the front door.
But people with any mobility issues, they can park, go into the banquet facilities and take the elevator down.
They can park in the main parking lot, come in through the portico area,
Right.
and yes, take the elevator down, which will dump them right into the restaurant.
Right.
Yeah, and so...
So if someone needs to get dropped off into the portico, that's much easier.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and you know, there may be an opportunity for us to start doing valet parking up there.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, and everything is in discussion, and so
Sure.
that's not set in stone, but it has been discussed.
Right.
And it all depends on if there's a banquet up there. You know, sometimes there's 200 or 300 people up there.
Oh, you're
and,
right.
And that might
And
not be
right.
possible.
Right.
And so we're still working through all that.
And so when, I know everyone keeps asking when.
Yeah. So we are serving a couple of the Maddens items, like the meatloaf and the bacon avocado grilled cheese and the tomato bisque currently, and we're just kind of offering them as specials, and it helps the kitchen to kind of, and the staff to kind of know, like, oh, this is what this is, and they'll already know what it is once we make the transition. Now we're hoping to, we're really pushing to be open by the end of April 2025. So,
Okay.
and today is what, the 5th or 6th or something like that.
Yes.
And so hopefully sooner than the end of April 2025, but that's kind of there's no way to go beyond that.
Okay.
So we'll be open soon.
No fish loaf?
How dare you mention my only failure in life.
It was so horrible.
It was.
Okay.
But I would say also just you can follow me on social media, which is the Peter Madden on Instagram. And then we just had, I think, Madden's Casual Gourmet Instagram is also active.
I got that. I saw that.
Yeah. And then, so if you just look for us on social media, new websites being made right now. So all that stuff is kind of still in transition.
Or the Peter Madden, is that what it is?
That's Instagram, the Peter Madden. Peter Madden wasn't available, so I opted for the Peter Madden. And that's how you have to say it. That's how you and my daughters have to say it at the house.
Thank you for doing this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Be sure and hit the like button and subscribe if you're enjoying today's video, and leave us a comment. Let us know what you think about the new Phillips Event Center.